What's up, people? What's up? What's going on? What's going on, people? So we got this. There's a senator in the state of Minnesota, right? I don't know her name or nothing, but Fox News did this report here.
The FBI says providers billed Medicaid for helping vulnerable people find housing.
Investigators say those providers never did any actual work, and now lawmakers can't agree on what to do next. Some are renewing calls to beef up oversight. Others are skeptical of those efforts.
Fox 9's Mike Manzoni joins us now. And Mike, both sides do agree on one thing, that fraud is a problem.
But the key question now is how to tackle it. Here's a map of the homes and businesses the FBI raided yesterday. Court documents say providers billed Medicaid for services they never provided. Investigators say Housing Stabilization Services, that's the name of the program, paid out more than $100 million in claims last year alone. That's 40 times what lawmakers initially expected it to cost. The state estimated that Housing Stabilization Services would cost about $2.5 million a year. That's when it started back in 2020. Investigators say the program, which helps seniors and those with disabilities or addiction issues find housing, is vulnerable.
Now, that right there is the same thing that's going on in Hutchinson, Minnesota. The same exact thing, okay? To veterans and disabled people, the same exact thing, but it gets deeper. All right. We have all fallen. This is the first time I ever asked for help or anything in my life. First time I ever asked for help, because I don't believe in it, but this is the first time, right? So you go to these agencies, they want all your information, and then they say, well, we'll help you with your rent, okay? Since your payment's been cut down. Disability or VA payments been slashed in half. We'll help you with your rent, right? Because I know you could use that money for your other bills, your car insurance, your light bill, your water bill, all of this stuff, right? Okay. And so you thinking, after you fill out all of this paperwork, gave them all your information, you find out down the line they didn't do shit. And then they tell you, no, your information goes to I think it's called the IRS. No, there's another word for the tax people in Minnesota. Attorney Revenue's Office. Well, they get the credit for that. They get the money. They tell them that they gave you this money to help you with your rent, but they didn't give you shit. They didn't give you shit whatsoever. I went to this office, man, and they tell you straight in your face, you're not allowed to have copies of nothing whatsoever. No copy of what was paid or anything like that. They can't find your files. They can't do this. The only thing that we do, we keep your information and we send that to the Attorney Revenues of Minnesota, and we get the credit. So let me get this straight. You're telling the Attorney Revenue Service of the state of Minnesota that you gave this money to help this individual to pay his rent or her rent, a veterans or disabled person, but you didn't do shit. And you keep our information and you send it to the Attorney Revenue so you get money off of that. Yes, that's what this business is about. Wow. That is so amazing how corrupt these motherfucking agencies are in Hutchinson, Minnesota, man. From like, I had to get help with the electric bill, right? From a company called Hutchinson Utilities, because they knocked down our veterans pay and disabled pay down in half, right? And so then I got to make an appointment to go see the lady to get copies of this, see what they paid and stuff, right? So what Hutchinson Utilities does is this here. They commit fraud to these programs and to the state. So my bill shouldn't be $80 or $90 electricity under no circumstances. I live by myself, okay? Period. I got a nurse that comes. I got a lady from the state that comes, helps me and stuff, so the bill shouldn't be no $80 or $90 or nothing like that. So they turn around and send me a bill, and I never gave them my social security number, mind you. Never gave them that because they told me I had to give them $185 of Hutchinson Utilities. I had to give them $185 since I refused to give them my social security number, okay? And I refused to give it to them. But the Deer Park management manager got on the computer and gave them my social security number. That's what the investigation found out, which is a federal offense. She's supposed to be in federal prison right now because she used an electrical device to get my information. Identity theft, social security theft, the works. All right. So that anyway, so they give me a bill for $80. And then they send a shut-off notice. If you don't pay this, we're reporting this to the credit bureau. You can't report shit because you don't got my information like that, but they do. Found out that they do have it, right? And so anyway, then I'll take it over there to this place to help me with the electrical bill. Then they'll turn around and send another bill for the same month for $200 and something. So they ripping off these programs, and I tried to report that, and they said I couldn't report it whatsoever. If my electric bill was $80, why are they sending another bill for $290? And then you added on that $80. What the hell is going on here? Well, we don't have no way to report this, or you can't make a claim on it. You can't report it to nobody, you know, but that's ripping off these programs when we need help. But you can't report it though. Oh no, you can't say nothing about it. Okay. You can't, you're not allowed to have copies of nothing that the paperwork or to see if they did anything to help you. You're not allowed to have none of that information whatsoever at these programs in Hutchinson, Minnesota. And then I saw this lady. It blew my mind. And she's a senator in the state of Minnesota. Okay.
Stuff on the front end. It is.
This lady right here is a senator in the state of Minnesota. I don't know if you can see her name. And she is 1,000% right, man. She is 1,000% right. These agencies, what they do to the vets and the disabled people, they take our information and they get money from Uncle Sam saying that they gave us this money and they never gave us shit. Because if they did help vets and disabled people, you wouldn't be having all of these fucking evictions for the months that you said you helped them. And then you find this out. This is the ass kicker. How they do veterans and disabled people. This is the ass kicker. Well, we only said we will try to help you. Wait a minute, you're getting thousands and you're getting millions and millions of dollars. Then you got this one agency that grosses in $4.7 billion, and you saying you can't help the disabled and veterans? And then you say on your platform, it says 3 months you can help, but then you say you can't help. So where's this money going? What are you doing with our information? And you're not helping none of them. You have so many evictions in Hutchinson, Minnesota for the same exact shit. And these judges don't give a fuck because these judges for Hutchinson, Minnesota, they get their kickbacks from these rental agencies. They get their kickbacks. Every one of those judges that do evictions, they get a kickback from these fucking landlords and management companies. They get their kickbacks. They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, veterans and disabled people that are going into evictions because of these fucking agencies, man. Because of these fucking agencies. These agencies are crooks. They are wolves in sheep clothing. Wolves in sheep clothing, you know. And then when I got tired, I said, well, look, I'm going to have this attorney call and let her say what she got to say to these people and stuff. Oh, and then you're not allowed to have the information to the person that's supposed to have wrote these checks out. You're not allowed to have that information. They keep everything so bottled up. It's so much fraud in Hutchinson, Minnesota with these agencies that's supposed to help us vets and disabled people. So much fraud going on where you're fucked. You're a vet, you're disabled, and you go to these programs, you are screwed. And they also go by your race. You are screwed in Hutchinson, Minnesota, man. That lady, that senator lady is 1,000% right because it's happening in Hutchinson, Minnesota. And from tax evasion against us, from using our information for tax refunds on us and everything. And they not giving us a fucking dime to help us with anything but lies and fraud on documents. That's what they doing. And they extorting money and fraud, these programs. Every fucking day, you got an office full of people. Then you got people being denied because you're a vet because your VA payments went down because you're disabled. Your disability went down, got cut in half. And these programs are supposed to be out there to help us. But they take our information and they send our information to the Minnesota Revenue Office and they get a kickback. But nothing will happen to them. Oh, nah. Nothing will happen to them. No. You got a turnaround in the building I'm in, man. I moved here July 29th, 2024. I got 2 bills for the month of July, from July 1st to July 31st. And I argued about how you going to send me a bill when I just moved here July 29th of electricity and a water bill. And you say, well, that was the previous owner's and you're responsible for it. How am I responsible for the previous owner? Are you out of your fucking mind? These people are corrupt like motherfucking crazy, man. They are, and the governors don't care. The governor don't care. The mayor don't care. You know, Uncle Sam don't care. None of these motherfuckers cares, man. Because if they did, this is what they should be doing. Once you commit fraud against any tenant, the court's supposed to order, just like in California, what the courts do in California. They're supposed to do the same thing in every state. They're supposed to shut that fucking place down, have a tenant run it, put those son of bitches in jail because you have committed a felony and a federal offense by going online and giving out that person's information out to other agencies. That's a federal offense. Anytime you get somebody's information off a computer, identification, social security number, date of birth, anything like that, and you're giving it to another agency, that's a federal offense. A federal offense, period. Anytime you're being encouraged and threatened, if you don't get renter's insurance, then you cannot rent. That's extortion. Straight extortion. No ifs and no buts. Then you deny them. You get your own renter's insurance because you got your car policy. And then your insurance company find out that these people is using your information when they renewing your insurance from your own insurance. They come across, hey, wait a minute. Hey, it says here you try to get insurance. And where are you at? I'm in Minnesota right now. I'm not in fucking Tijuana. I'm not in fucking Brazil. I'm nowhere over there. What the fuck? Can you flag that for me and let them know that that's fraud, identity fraud? That's what my insurance company did. That's what my insurance company did. And like my insurance company said, for them to sell insurance, you got to have an insurance license. There's no ifs and no buts. So I wrote a letter to the insurance commissioner's office to find out if Gold Market Property Management or Deer Park Management has a license to sell renters insurance. And guess what? They say no. They're not even supposed to be telling nobody to buy their insurance because they are not licensed to sell insurance, not in the state of Minnesota. But you can report them all you want. Nothing's going to happen because it's your word against their word. Your word means shit. But in Hutchinson, Minnesota, I see a lot of my brothers and sisters from vets and disabled people being denied help for rent while these fucking people get kickbacks from these agencies and they rip off the vulnerable people. But yes, this senator right here, she is 1,000% right.
This money, once it's gone, we need to catch this on the front end so that we're not pouring hundreds of millions of dollars out there and it's not doing Minnesotans any good.
That proposal would have added an additional statewide office inspector general on top of the inspector general that we're federally required to have in the Department of Human Services. The more
that lady, senator for the state of Minnesota, is 1,000% right because they don't know nothing, you see, and the complaints that is going through the IRS about this tax fraud that they're doing to us vets, us disabled people, that they're getting kicked back. Well, that lady told me that we use your information to get tax credit, that we helped you. And you didn't help me with shit. You didn't help me with a fucking thing. you know? And it's so ironic how these motherfuckers get away with this shit, ruining people's lives, just fucking ruining their lives out here in Minnesota, man. I seen a lady, she had 2 kids, man, and she works, right? And I think her husband passed away or something. I don't know what happened, but she tried to get help because she couldn't afford the rent for the place where she was at. And I seen her today crying in her car. And I stopped, man, and we talked. And I'm like, I'm going through the same thing you're going through, ma'am. They tell you that they helped you, but then yet you get a letter in the mail that you didn't pay this, you didn't pay that, you didn't pay this. And all this time you're thinking that they helped you because they say, don't come back. We already helped you. We already contacted them. We already sent them the check and everything else. And then you ask for the date and the time that you send the check to them and who did you speak with. They give you the people's names, but they didn't receive shit. So these people are pocketing this fucking money. No ifs and no buts. You know, no ifs and no fucking buts, man. It's amazing how these motherfuckers are so... The feds need to shut down every fucking property owned by Gold Market Property Management, Deer Park Management, because they run it for Gold Market Property Management. Shut them the fuck down. Don't let no rent, no nothing goes nowhere. Nowhere. You know, because these motherfuckers are corrupt, man. And these agencies we go to are fucking devils, man. They don't help no veterans. They don't help no disability people, man. There's a guy, man, on a wheelchair. He got evicted. And I just found out yesterday. I was crying, man. I broke down and cried, man, because it is so wrong and so unhuman what happens to us. You know, we did not ask to be veterans. We did not ask to be disabled. We didn't ask for none of that part, but that's the part that God gave us in this life, you know? And he got evicted. All of his shit was thrown out by the sheriffs. And he's in a wheelchair. And he went to these agencies and they fucking said the same thing that they say to every fucking person that walks in their door that's a vet and a disabled person. Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it. And they didn't take care of nothing. 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 It's a shame how these fucking people get away with destroying people's lives, man. Getting away with money that the government gives them to help us, and we can't get help. These are some dirty motherfuckers in Hutchinson. I reported where they was using my social security number, even to the social security office. You know what the social security office tell me? Okay, so what? You know what the Hutchinson police says? Okay, so what? We'll go talk to him. That's it, you know. Oh, he's crazy. We don't do that. We don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. And that's it. That's as far as it'll go. They won't even investigate it. No, they don't investigate nothing. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. They don't investigate anything, you know, and it's ironic, man. You know, they let even the Hutchinson Police Department need to be investigated because they let these motherfucking they get all these reports about how these landlords is ripping tenants off and shit and everything, and it's amazing how the investigators don't do nothing. They just take a report and throws it on the desk and that's it. They don't do shit. Because they allow the corruption in Hutchinson, Minnesota. They allow the corruption in Hutchinson, Minnesota. They allow it. They allow it. But that lady is 1,000% correct, man. There is so much corruption in Hutchinson, Minnesota with these so-called, we help veterans and disabled people find affordable housing. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. We help single moms find housing. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know, that's a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's all a bunch of bullshit. And these people need to be, they need to be, if that Senator Robbins is telling the truth and she really want to stop this shit, she can. She can stop it on the dime. See, that's just it. Anybody can stop fraud if they wanted to. And the ones that don't want to stop the fraud are the ones that's getting their kickbacks. See, you can stop the fraud. You can stop identity theft. You can stop all that shit. But the people don't care. They want you to care about them when they shit gets stolen. Then it's a big news when it's a white person's identity getting stolen and shit. Then it's all over the news. It's all big world news and shit. Big world, oh, J&J Morgan got hacked and all of this shit is all over because JB Morgan got hacked or this and that got hacked. So fucking what? What about the citizens that get their information stolen? But they can sue these motherfuckers for violating the laws of protecting your information. They can sue them for millions and millions of dollars, but you can't. It's nothing but a game, man. Pawn game. That's all it is. It's a pawn game. And these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about it. I told y'all before, these motherfuckers only care about one fucking thing, and that's your vote. They don't give a fuck about the homeless. They don't give a fuck about the vets. They don't give a fuck about the disabled people. And you know what's so ironic, how stupid you bastards are? You go fight a war for who? For what? You're going into another country to kill someone for their resources, for your government. And your life don't mean shit. Think about it. Think about it. It's just like when motherfuckers cry when one of these presidents get killed. So fucking what if they get killed? If that person get killed, that person, you don't know that motherfucker. That ain't your family member. That ain't your son, your daughter, your husband, your cousin. That ain't nothing to you. What the fuck you crying for? It's so amazing how stupid you motherfucking people are in this country, man. This ain't even your fucking country. You know? Take your asses back to Europe, man. You know? It's so funny how, you know, and this motherfucker, and then you got these stupid ass lying, corrupt motherfucking Republicans. Oh, Trump did this. Trump didn't do a fucking thing. Trump shouldn't even be in office right now. Trump should never have been in office because he's a foreigner his goddamn self. And you got the government aiding and abetting a foreigner. You got ISIS aiding and abetting a foreigner. The FBI aiding and abetting a foreigner. The CIA aiding and abetting a foreigner. Homeland Security aiding and abetting a foreigner. And this motherfucker can't make no laws. He can't pass no laws because the presidents in the Constitution, the presidents do not have the authority or the power to pass any laws whatsoever. How the hell are you going to tell another country about human rights when you violate every fucking human right in the United States? You are some corrupt, backwards motherfuckers, man. Yeah, I went to the store the other day and I saw a sign on one of the fruits and it said from California. I said, no, it ain't. This shit ain't from California. I told them, you need to put this, take these labels off of this shit because these are not from California, man. California's now, number one, been in a drought. Number two, the farms are dying. The farmland is dying. Everything is smelling, you know, because there's nobody picking this shit in California. So these are not from California, dude. It's amazing how. And then on the bottom, it had LUB on it. I don't know if y'all people understand LUB, lab. Lab on an apple. Write a little sticker. You had to look real close and it said LUB. Made by LUB, lab. On a fucking apple. Y'all, yes. Senator, let's see how far you go. Let's see if you're going to start, if the FBI is going to start issuing federal warrants for these motherfuckers, man. Start putting these motherfuckers in, just lock them up. See, they shouldn't even get no bond because any money that they're using, they stole. Any money that they use for a bond, they stole. So they shouldn't be getting no bond. They stole the money that was given to these agencies for the people, for veterans and disabled people. That's what that money was there for them, for us, not for their pockets, not for their vacations, not for their brand new cars, not for none of that shit, not for no towing, no gas, no food. That money was there to help us, and we can't get help. But you take our information and you give all of our information to the Attorney Revenue in Minnesota, and you say you get the taxes off of our information because you tell them that you helped us with this and this and that, and you paid this and you paid that, but you didn't pay shit. You didn't pay shit. Yeah, they corrupt, Senator. Let's see what you're going to do. I don't know if somebody leaked it out to the news first or whatever, but this fraud, there's always been fraud, and you knew about the fraud. So the Minnesota government knew about the fraud. The senators knew about the fraud. The Republicans knew about the fraud. The Democrats knew about the fraud. FBI knew about the fraud. Homeland Security knew about the fraud. The pigs, the cops, the sheriffs, the deputies knew about the fraud. The judges knew about the fraud. It all depends on how high it goes. It all depends on how high it goes. And it goes from the courts, from these judges, to these administrative judges. This one administrative judge found every hearing that she heard on evictions guilty on them. And they all from Gold Market Property Management and Deer Park Management. Isn't that amazing? Wow. You got hundreds and hundreds of evictions going on right now, and not a damn help in sight for none of them. For none of them. Because these fucking agencies, these people that are responsible for these agencies is riding around in Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis, Hawaii vacation, Las Vegas vacation, big boats, big yachts, and don't give a fuck about us vets and disability people. Don't give a fuck about no vet or disabled person, man, whatsoever. Don't give a fuck. Do not give a fuck. Do not give a fuck. But you want to take your ass into a military to go to another country, get your stupid ass killed for something that you ain't got nothing to do with. This ain't your country. The military is not even from this country because there was never no such thing as military in this country. The military came from England. George Washington was from England. Wow. Y'all don't know history for shit, man. And you fight for a country that's not even yours. For a land that doesn't even belong to you. Because God created this earth. Mother Nature takes care of everything else. Y'all about some stupid motherfuckers, man. Y'all about some stupid motherfuckers. And this corruption is going to continue. It's going to continue. It could be all over the news all it wants. It's just going to continue, man. Because nobody's being taken into custody. Nobody's being held without bail. None of them. You got a company called Salvation Army that has $17.7 billion every year they get. $17.7 billion that they get. That's not including the donations, and they run their own little store. So that's not even including that $17.7 or $8 billion. I looked it up, man. Sometimes it's $4.9 or $4.10 billion they get every year. Every year. And you go through hell if you want help from them. But yet, the owners that started that program live in $1 million homes, got $1 million yachts, got Ferraris, Lamborghinis. And you starving. You trying to figure out what you're going to feed your child if you're going to be out in the rain or in the snow. And you call that humanity. This so-called government can't say a damn thing about violation of human rights because you violate human rights every fucking day. Every fucking day. I swear to God, if there is a God, if there is any fucking thing of a God, we need to go to World War III in the United States. We need to go to civil war in the United States. We need to start hunting down all of these criminals, man, holding them accountable for their treason, their mayhem, their genocide. We have to hold them accountable. We have to. We have to. All the way up. You got to cut the head. You got to cut the poison from the head all the way up. We got to go all the way up and come down. We got to take every one of these motherfuckers, Republicans, Democrats, presidents, governors, mayors, Congress, justices. We got to hold these motherfuckers accountable for their cruel humanity, violation of humanity, violation of human rights, genocide, murder, violation of the Constitution, violation of the oath of office. We got to hold these motherfuckers accountable and put them to death like it says. Anyone that commits treason against the people and the Constitution, the penalty is death. Death. We got to hold these motherfuckers accountable. I gave my last dollar. I had $1.60 to this lady. So all she wanted was something to eat, man. I'm like, wow, you have a child. And they told you the same thing they told me, yeah. And they claimed that they was helping her, and then she got an eviction notice to go to court. Because the same time that she's asking, and they telling her, we help you with your rent on these months. But they never did. These motherfuckers destroy lives, man. These motherfuckers destroy lives. They destroy lives, man. And these motherfuckers have to be held accountable, man. There's no ifs and no buts. There's no fucking ifs and no buts, man. They got to be held accountable, man. Peace out, because I'm about to cry, dude. I feel so sorry for that little child she had, man. I wish I could have done something for her, man. I wish I could have done something for her. This so-called country lost all humanity, all honor, all respect for the next human being. We don't have it no more. We don't. There's no such thing as it no more, man. You know? You get these people that work these agencies and all they do is lie to you, man, and false hope, false documents. Then when you start asking questions, that's when you're a problem. That's when you're a threat. You know? That's when you are a threat. When you ask questions. Well, wait a minute. Let me get copies of this. You know, I need copies of this. I need the dates, the times that you paid this, and how much did you pay, you know? Then they send you one thing, but it's not what they sent the first time. And then it's always, oh, we made a mistake. We made a mistake. But wait a minute, you said this is what you paid, but you didn't pay it. So what did you pay? Oh, we paid this. Oh, no, we didn't pay that. We paid this. Oh, no, we didn't pay that. We paid it. Look, you can't ask us for this information. We're not allowed to give you this information. But this is the first time that you'll get it. You know, and then they switch everything around, you know, and everything that they, I'm done. I'm fucking done, man. I'm fucking done. You know, I hate Minnesota with passion, man, you know. At least in California, if it happens to me there, man, we got beaches out there. We got oceans out there. You know, I'll drop a motherfucker off where the sharks are. I don't give a fuck, you know. I'll drop a motherfucker off out there in the ocean, man. And let the sharks deal with your ass, you know. But they don't got no oceans in Minnesota, so they lucky they don't got no oceans in Minnesota. Plus, I don't even know how to get around in Minnesota, man. I get lost at night, you know. So I don't know how to get around at night in Minnesota. I get lost. I don't go nowhere, man. But this shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy how I don't know if that senator, I don't know how they started the investigation or what. Maybe somebody else reported it to the news and then the senator got involved and stuff. But if she is for real, if that senator from Minnesota is for real, I hope she puts every one of these motherfuckers in prison for life, dude. That's what she's supposed to be gaining now, looking at, man, putting these motherfuckers in prison for life because they have committed so much harm to people, you know, that we need this money. We need this help. I have never in my life asked for help from nobody. Never in my life until they cut my shit all the way down. They cut it down so fucking much. I couldn't believe, and I'm still fighting these. And the worst thing about it, that bullshit that it says in the papers that no, we will not take nothing out or deduct nothing until after you appeal. But they still deduct it. They still take it out. They still take it out. Social Security doesn't give a fuck about making you homeless. They don't give a fuck about that. The IRS don't give a fuck about making you homeless. They took a rent rebate thing from me that the Social Security Administration did, saying I owed all of this money when I wanted to appeal years ago. So how you coming out years ago saying I owe all this fucking money when I don't have no fucking money? You know, when I appealed the decision, everything was waived. It's so much fucking corruption, man. And then you got these motherfuckers that got out information, this Moss and shit, you know, and all of a sudden a new government of Moss and stuff. And wow, this country is so fucked up. You know, these fucking people, these motherfucking justices that went in the favor of a sex predator, Trump, a convicted sex predator. Every one of them motherfuckers need to be put up in front of the firing squad because they have all committed treason and they all violate their oath of office to protect the Constitution. Nobody is above the laws, you know? And it's amazing how these motherfuckers, they families, they family members, their cousins, their sons, their daughters, every one of them need to be put to death for their treason, their crimes, you know, because it says that in the Constitution, you know, and that's the bottom line, man. Got a clean house. We need a new order. We need a new, we got to get rid of all of these motherfuckers, every one of them. Every one of these corrupt motherfucking no good Republicans, Democrats, senators, governors, mayors, justices, they are all fucking corrupt. And this is not even a fucking country. That's the funny thing about it. This country belonged to the blacks, the Indians, and Spanish. Wow, man. Peace out, man. I hope that lady is for real, man, because they need to start hitting every fucking rental agency in Hutchinson, Minnesota, man. The shit that they do, you know, if you're disabled, they charge you extra. They charge you more, you know, application fee and this and that and this and taxes on this and taxes on that. And then they run your tax information and you don't know nothing about it until you get a call, a letter from the IRS. We need to talk to you, you know, and then all of a sudden you find out well, somebody put a $180,000 loan out on your Social Security number, and you fighting that with the Social Security office, and you fighting that with the fucking tax people. I didn't put no fucking loan out there for me. How old is this loan? What's the address? Oh, it comes from a trailer park. A trailer park. Wait a minute. The only one I knew that moved into a trailer park was my ex-wife. You know, with the friend that we haven't said. She claims she hasn't seen us in years. You know. But it's okay, though. It's okay. One thing Minnesota will never do will fight against perjury and fraud. They will never fight against that because they're doing that. These governors and mayors and Republicans and Democrats are doing it today, doing it themselves. You see, so you fuck with their money. You fuck with these agencies' monies, you see, and that's the bottom line, you know, because it hurts, man. It fucking hurts, man. It fucking hurts. And each person that goes against a tenant, I hope the same fucking thing happens to your family. You know, I have no sympathy for no next human being no more, man. You know, that lady made tears come to my eyes, man. You know, and then I came home and I had some food and I gave it to her and for her child, dude. You know, and I said, here you go, ma'am. You know. Here you go, you know, and I gave her a can opener. I gave her the bread, I gave her some soups. I gave her my food, you know. It fucking hurts, man. We didn't fight for this, man. We didn't freedom. We fought for freedom for all. We had a constitution to protect against foreigners, you know, against foreign countries and everything. And then we got foreign countries that runs our government and shit, you know. And it's amazing how this country's going way back, you know. And wake up, people. I told y'all it was going to get worse, and it's already worse, man. It's going to get worse than this pretty soon, you know. And it's time to start taking lives, man. It's time to fight back. To arms, to arms. Everybody get ready, to arms, man. It's time to fight back, man. It's time to stop letting this fucking corruption continue, man. Taking your hard-working dollars, paying off these taxes for these billionaires and trillionaires and shit. It's time to fucking put an end to this shit. It's time to put the end to the government. It's time to fight the fuck back. We got the right to overthrow the government. We got the right to take Trump's ass into custody, hold him for treason, and put his ass to death like it says in the Constitution. We have that right to hold every one of these motherfuckers accountable for their treason, for their terrorist acts, for their genocide, for their corruption. We got that right. Only fucking thing this country will go down in history is you voted in a sex predator as a president that got found guilty, okay? And you got all of those racist white people. You can't say shit when your kids or your husband or your daughters or your sons get raped. You can't say a fucking thing. You some sick, pathetic motherfuckers, man. This is a sick society. I will fight. I will kill for my belief in my Constitution that I fought for, that I took an oath to protect. I don't give a fuck what you are, who you are. Red, white, green, purple, gay, lesbian, bitch, punk, cat. I don't give a fuck. I took the oath to protect the Constitution of this country, to kill anyone that goes against the Constitution, to protect the Constitution, to protect the people. You got mothers with kids that have nowhere to go, that has no food. You got veterans that's kicked out in the streets, and this is how you repay us. You got more evictions in the United States than any country in the world. Behind corruption, behind hate. Minnesota is the second state that could deny you housing because they don't like you. They don't like the way you look. Minnesota is the second state. The first state is Las Vegas, Nevada. Minnesota is number one on it. Top number one, too, matter of fact. They can retaliate against the tenants. They have always done it. Fuck the laws. The laws don't mean shit. You know, they can retaliate. They can illegal search your residence. You know, tear your apartment up and shit and charge you for the damages. You know, they can do that. Minnesota's the second state that can get away with that. Yeah. And the judges let them. The judges let these motherfuckers get away with it, man. The judges let them. The judges do not. Now, no administrative judge follows the law whatsoever, and no judge follows the law whatsoever. The law says one thing, the judges say, fuck that law. That law don't mean shit in my courtroom. I don't give a fuck. The landlord got the right to search your residence. They got the right to break into your house when you're sound asleep. They got the right to come in your apartment without notice you're on a shitter or taking a shower. They got that right to do that. They got that right. They got that right. You know, they got the right to retaliate against you. They got the right to be discriminated against you. They have that right now. They have that right. But yet, understand though, when you do that to people, don't get mad. Don't call that individual an animal, him or her an animal when they start fighting back, taking lives, because that person has every right to take lives. Because you put that person in that position to do that. You see, so don't get mad at that individual. Y'all some pathetic motherfuckers, man. You know? And they talk to you like shit. When you go to these places for help, they talk to you like shit. And then you like, God, man, you want to just bust this motherfucker in the mouth. You want to choke the shit out of this motherfucker, man. You know? And in your mind, you picture in your mind how you're going to take this motherfucker's life, man, you know? And then your mind is beautiful because this motherfucker, they talk to you like you're trash, like you're a dog, you know, like you're not even human. When you go to these fucking places for help, they talk to you like you're fucking worth shit, you know, you're worth nothing. No respect, no dignity. Like they better than you are. And then if you report them, you're fucked. You are literally fucked. So much fucking hate and corruption in this fucking state, man. It's pathetic, man. If I was governor, every one of these motherfuckers would be shut the fuck down, man. You know? There'll be only one goddamn person, man. If you ain't got if you're not registered in this state, not a P.O. box, a physical address, so these people can come sue you for the damages you causing them, then you will not own or rent no property in this state. No ifs and no buts. No ifs and no buts, man. These motherfuckers, man, are fucking... These motherfuckers, it's amazing, man. And what gets me is that the people you vote in office is doing the same exact thing these motherfuckers are doing in these programs. The Republicans are doing the same thing. Democrats are doing the same thing. Judges are doing the same thing. Justices are doing the same thing. Senators are doing the same thing. Governors and mayors are doing the same thing. Nothing but corruption. But let's stop going after the peons and let's start going after the big fish. You know, let's start going after the big fish. That's what we need to do. Go after the big fish, you know. But that lady was 1,000% right. That Senator lady, Roberts, she was 1,000% right, man. Because that's the same thing that happens here in Hutchinson, Minnesota, man. And there's no doubt about it, man. It's fucking amazing, man. You got more veterans and disabled people getting evicted because these companies did not help them. That's so fucking cruel. That is so fucking cruel, man. How can you treat... Oh, man. You treat vets and disabled people like animals, man. You know? And it sucks, man. And then you wonder why we go off. And it's always funny how you motherfuckers got something to say, but don't even know the real story, what happened and what made us click. It's insane. Peace out, man.